Alright, but I think one of the things I don't like about him, and I think it's because I've never ever in my life attracted iqeleku. Zange attracted nangayiphi like Hey loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, hit the subscribe button and become part of the family, darling. Okay guys, this is Uzamanuba Pandya, also known as Ukoko, and yesterday I promised you a story and nizanibalisela namhlanje. Bethuna andizenzi kakhulu mna story time because andidibani noxoka, andifuni uthini uxoka because nenza njani kule app niyaxoka xa nisenza story time ningenandaba. So I think this was worth telling. Anyway, so here goes. Hey, it's festil. I hope ivakala kahle anyway. So let's move. So what had happened was a year ago, ne? Foot in there, actually in there, I took WhatsApp and Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, nazi details mdase Kuba, Twitter, Kuba, Facebook, Kuba chat. So been 30 a year ago. So a year ago I went to a mall. So can't figure a mall. Man, I mean, as usual, ndimhle. Okay. So ndingene a mall. So ilana ndiyenze mall man ikhanqamsekile. I think I was there to take some meds kubone. Nje, yeah, I think I was there to take some meds. And then kukho like 3 guys, I think 2 or 3 guys wethu phambi kwam ndabe ngiqamba bayalibazisa ababhuti mina ndifuna ugqitha. So I'm like, excuse me, ndibagqitha. I was wearing sneakers, a dress. I'm that girl. I was wearing sneakers, this other dress, a very cute dress, and like with my hair the right which ndimhle face better and all. And then I'm like, excuse me, dibabhekelise like I move, and then babhekele, and then I squeeze and digqithe because bayahambe mall bayacotha ucotha njani uhambe mall ayondlu katatakho le. So ndibabhekelise nyani ke babhekele, and then I move. Excuse me. So xa ndimova ndihamba, I pass, ne? They're walking a little bit, a tad fast, but I'm walking fast. Ndiyaqanya mna xa ndihamba ndodwa. So ndiyongena kule shop, anzibiza nayo ndiyongena kule shop. I mean, you can figure it out because ndithatha meds. So ndingena kule shop. Xa ndingena kule shop, before ndingene, actually, you understand, and that was before COVID. You understand, it was really before COVID. So ndingena kule shop. So as I'm getting into, hey, wenzani lo? Ayini. Anyway, as I'm getting into the shop, sebegqithile mosibona, sebegqithile. I mean, I'm short, so his depths and his tata mna ndiyipengwe narha bade bona uqanqa sebepha ajikelo omnye ndimve ekhona into beyithetha kwitshomi yakhe ngondigqitha, but andivubuthini andimazi nasebusweni. Honestly don't care, ndiyazigqithela. And then ugqitha kwam, he looks back, and then ahambe aphinda ajike, and then he stays, and then andimazi ke eventually he gathers up courage to come say hi. And then at that time na andifuna uva kwanto, I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking to myself, and then approach, and come like a approach her as a man. I already, like, I don't know, instincts is in Domazana. They shop like that. Don't approach her now. I already think I know what you're approaching me for. So we go approach her, I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay. I mean, okay, but not my normal chai latte, but not espresso, but I'm like, okay, I'm looking at him, I'm looking at unxibe, I'm looking at his shoes, I'm looking, does he have a haircut, I'm looking ba unxibe ntoni, you understand what kind of person this is. Like, that's how quick I am. If you're gonna approach me, child, no, but the minute you say hi, I already know what I'm gonna say to you. If you're gonna come ask for my number, I already know if I'm gonna say yes or no, which I'm likely to say no. But I mean, I know, like in the eyes. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, not bad, but no, I understand. And then he comes over, and then he's like, hi. I'm like, hi, sweetie. Obviously, I can't eat a sweetie. But he's like, hi. I'm like, hi. He's like, my name is Ban 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 Samtiaban. I wait. He's like, my name is who and who. Sorry to disturb you. I can see you in quite a rush. I'd like to see you after this. What are you doing after this? I'm like, child, I'm in a hurry. So I'm trying not to entertain that, like, at all. I'm like, I'm in a hurry. I've got things to do. He's like, okay. And then he leaves it at that. He's like, okay, I'm so sorry. So each one's like ziyahamba nazo slow, but they're trying to see uba kwenzekani. Okay, fine. And as girl nobe izibhethi zabo or whatnot, but didn't look like it. So ningene kule shop mna ahambe. Do I not see him xa njika ndiselayinini ayibona kulo bhuti uphinde wabuya? He's like, I'm so sorry, I was on my way out. Like I was in the car on my way out, but like, please, can I get your number? Like, I'd like to see you again. I'd like us to go out to dinner and like talk. I'm thinking to myself, you know what, and like I was so annoyed, but the persistence, persistence. I love it. Effort, A for effort, love the effort in them. That's like it can turn your life around with me. Effort, E, persistence, love it. So I was like, okay, love it. Let's see. Okay. Long story short, I'm like, okay, cool. I gave him my number, and then he's like, okay, I'll call you. I'm like, I'll call you later. Okay, fine. Tati medication yam upuma kwam. Like 10 minutes later, he calls me. I'm like, oh nah, is this later? He's like, no, I just wanted to check. Didn't write sharp. Fast forward, in the same week, Monday, on Thursday, on Wednesday, Thursday, he calls. Yeah, maybe 2 days apart, he calls. He's like, hi Coco, how are you? I'm like, I'm good, how are you? He's like, no, I'm good. Oh, P, wait, what are you doing? I'm like, hey, I'm at work. Yeah, I understand, but we're working from home at that time. I'm like, I'm at work. Yeah, I understand. Not working from home. No, I'm lying. Not working from home, in the office, because that was before COVID. Yeah, it was before COVID, because we weren't wearing masks most of the night. So it's like, well, you need to, I'm at work. Yeah, not working from home, I'm at work. That's another story. I'm at work. And then he's like, okay, can I please see you after work if you're not too tired? Take my city home, fika kwam, ndimembizeni, ndipheke, kukho umntu othi masiye kwidina. I mean, child, is it not the same energy? I was like, no, okay, child, masambe. Okay. Okay, after request an Uber, because he had said, I bet you can pick a place, please pick a place and whatnot, and then only send like the location of the place, like the name of the place, and then I'll meet you there. I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's fine. Well, this guy didn't have a car. I knew he didn't have a car. I mean, you can tell when a person doesn't have a car. But I didn't mind because angiyenza nje imoto yakhe mina akazondipha imoto yakhe uzawundipha imoto yakhe akazondipha imoto yakhe and mina andizuhamba ngala moto noyiba ikhona because ntweni andimfuni mna ndiyotya idinner because nditheni ndilambile. Anyway, I get into this Uber, I get to that place. Xa ndifika kulaa ndawo ifowuni yam ngu-2%. Ndithi hey maneg, my phone is dying, I'm at this place ndizamxelela so ndimsendele like the actual location on WhatsApp, like the pin, the live location. So anyway, and I'm not familiar with the kind of the name of the restaurant, but it's a restaurant I know. You understand? I've seen it, but I've been meaning to go. So I just chose like, oh, let's just go there. Phone yami yacima niyeva andimhle ngathi ndizobiwa andimhle ndimanzi doq yi-beauty ndixeleke mna ke. Anyway ifowuni yami icime ndiyiphethe icharger ke mna ke I'm that bitch ndizayiphatha icharger andikhathali noba I'm going to a boyfriend's place or wherever ndizayiphatha icharger mna because one thing I can never do is trust a human being in terms of ifowuni yami izawucima ndizayithatha kuzibantshintsha amntas. Things I never miss ebhekeni yam yi-charger, yi-adapter ndiphatha ne-adapter yayo and uba ndithini. Anyway icima ifowuni yam so I'm at the restaurant ngaphandle I'm thinking I'm gonna wait for this guy uthi he's near. He tries to call me and then ndizamumfowunela ithi ndisathi ndithi ndisafowuna mpama ifowuni icime ndimkele wosana ngaphandle kwe-restaurant. I'm thinking
what the hell we gonna do now?
Shit. Do you know why I'm thinking shit? Because anexesha lakhe mna ndizagoduka njani. How the hell am I gonna go home? Because at this point in time, my mind is telling me, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that nalo mfana silahlekane, and then I have to go home. Kusebusuku, ana Uber, ana kati, ananja, anado. Anyway, I get inside the restaurant. I'm like, hi, how are you? Table for 2, table for 1. By the time go to table for 2 guys, bitch, go to back one one. By the time the answer lonto iwait and doesn't know it's thinking that and yes and funoited and yes by the time go to table for 2 go to 1 and I'm thinking to myself okay. I'm like no table for I'm like in my mind I'm thinking about the table for 2 ngoku ngathi ndisiphukupuku esihleli apha sodwa esi-stand up qoma nathi no table for 1 and then I'm thinking to myself, you know what, I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna charge my phone, but I phone about charge because of policies, and I'm like, dude, I spoke to the manager. The lady was like, no, it's fine. I'm like, sometimes I'll take it from you sometimes, and I'm not saying listen anyway, but I'm just gonna tell you for free. Sorry, uba is actually makes things 5% better in life. Fikekele manager ndichajelwe nyan, and then after ndichajelwe ifone yam is taking so long be light ilight nyan eventually, and I ordered a glass of wine because I don't want to order a bottle because at this time I'm already annoyed and I don't think I want to sit there disele ibhotile ye wine ndodwa of which brand yam uyiselando, but it's the same for buy. I was supposed to be meeting someone here. I'm already annoyed and then I take slow after so long, 40 minutes kula restaurant. Did not pitch, did not do jack shit. I'm here to tell you that for free. What a text Andy. Ute phone, I didn't pick it up, didn't answer his text, and come on, why is sitting? And then bitch. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go home. I Uber. ndengena uBen after struggle ndengena uBen ndagoduka. I got home, I was mad as hell, I was hangry because I'm hungry and I'm angry. I was hangry bengikho right bandase, and akhona ngicabukisa ke mina ke ifuthe sizawudibana singadibani because uyayazi bithatha ixesha elingakanani lento le uyibonayo ngoku bantase, uyayibona le nto ithatha ixesha elingakanani. Awusuhlale phasa nobe ngicinderella kuthiwa lokwe kuthiwa buso kuthiwa he. This is work, my darling, this is work. Yeah, understand. Dide ndibe mhle naqamba hello undiqhela itetse lo.
Ndathi kwagqitha ibitchkas enginasmith.
Anyway, uyafona ndazithulela waka, went to sleep. Long story short, for 2 weeks, like he'd be calling me twice a day, every day for 2 weeks, trying to apologize because we're in Gezel. And then apology yake uti, he tried calling me because the pin I sent him, because restaurants pa, the pin I sent him was not necessarily that vivid, like it being a call on point but which restaurant exactly is like am I in. And that was the truth, that was not the truth. But at this point in time you did me date him and restaurant. Imagine this, stand me up. Please don't ever come back because I could block her. Like, please, I'm not the girl you stand up. Anyway, we move. He called and then eventually I picked his call. I was eventually going to pick his call, but I needed him to go through what he went through. I picked his call. He's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, can we meet again? Did you saw that understand us again? As an said and then he's like, no, I'm sorry, what can I do? Can I I'm like, can I send something to you? And I'm thinking to myself,
Oh my God!
Wow! Send what? I think we can talk about that, but I obviously didn't say that. So can I send you something? I'm thinking you can either send flowers or money. In my head I'm thinking the only thing men know how to apologize with is money and flowers. And at this point you don't really ask a person to send them flowers, you send them. You just ask for the address. So I'm like, so I'm like, should I send you something? I'm like, if you want to. It's like, can I send you something? If you want to. And then he's on some, no anything, I'm sorry, long story short, that happened. Flowers and you ask and guys, you ask we move up. We move. After we move, he's like, okay, can we? I can move. And then he's like, okay, can you please pick another place? Set a date whatever you want to do. Like, must be a pub. So I'm like, okay, I pick another place, and I mean, it's not that tula body. He's a man. Like, alright, but I think one of the things I don't like about him, and I think it's because I've never ever in my life attracted like, it's always a sense by like an ex. This other guy ex of mine, clean as I skip as bene plate sana sibene gone. I'm thinking to myself, iskipper cha, iskipper. Literally lapho to is going into one kayi-1 ayifake washing machine ayihlambe. In fact, it wasn't even a washing machine. Wenxiba into kayi-1 ayise-laundry. Imagine how many times he took clothes to the laundry a week. I was honestly like, hello booty. And it was abe stress when something yakhe ichithelwe yinantsika kukutya or something. And if I'm wearing one of his clothes, makeup, I also knew, but okay, fine, he's not gonna freak out, he's gonna be cool about it. But it's the same way, I already knew what kind of person he was. So Nandi, if yani makeup I try to like put it into the laundry, laundry or whatnot. Obviously, it's clean. Like I tried to accommodate. Yeah, I understand it, because anyway, that's not where we're at. So all I'm saying is, I've never attracted na indoda eliqeleko elamfana unobuqeleko. Like uyambona nobuntu unxibe kahle, uyalibona iqeleko nobuntu senxibe washayina wenze manicure, yiloo ndoda yenze manicure yanemazipho ashayina, uyayibona indoda liqeleko. Like honestly, there's going to be something that's going to sell him off, and I literally gave him like, I will sniff it out since I born, but your andrezokwazi ke apha child. Anyway, so long story short, I picked a place. And again, when I pick a place and I'm going out, I pick a place according to your vibe. And I'm on, okay, Alex, Alex is a man who's, I don't really enjoy looking at him, or maybe I enjoy looking at him. I will pick a light place in lighting. If I don't enjoy looking at you, well, there's never a point where I never not enjoyed looking at a person, depending on the conversation. Obviously, if you discussed me, but that guy, good man, I chose a dark place because I felt like he was a good person, but like not in the sense where I'd want to date him. I understand that. So I picked a dark place, a place where you could literally like have wine, be comfortable, talk, because I feel like that was his strong point in his personality. Not talk, but in being like good conversation flowing younger land. So I picked this restaurant. We went there. As we got there, when we got there, I ordered, and even if I'm gonna order, like if you know me, you know me. Like if you know me, there's no way in hell ndizaphuma ndiye kwi-date ndingenamali. And Katel Noba, you're the richest man in South Africa. If I don't have money, I'm not going on a date, because please, one thing you can never trust, ngamadoda. Amadoda is not something you want to trust him. That's it, please, child. So no. And even so, I was okay, because obviously a girl is working, going out on a date, and I'm thinking to myself, even if I'm gonna order, even if you pay, I'm gonna think to myself, look, which doesn't mean agana mali, but obviously he's money saving. Okay, he lives at this place, good place, but I understand that I'm gonna try to weigh, I understand, so that I'm doing a figure up. This is oterische lobster. The oterische prawns, the oterische everything under the sun. And then when upelo siki salad, because you're thinking the bill is going up. Upelo some because this girl is high maintenance. No. I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna think, you know what? Alex is an example. Alex is okay, but yeah, this is the level I think he's in, and I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. I want this to be a good date. So let me order something. Okay, so I order nyani. We order good food, nyani, kumnandi, humonati. We're talking, but like it's not necessarily saying, "Ooh, I want to go home now. Ooh, I want to go home now." No, we're talking kumnandi nyani. Yeah, we're just talking, but obviously still nan for data night. But we're just talking. Anyway, I go home. He goes home, and then we take the same Uber. He drops me off, and then he goes off to his place. Long story short, I've been to his place because we've met multiple times after that. I've been to his place once in my life. I hated it. obviously because I don't have a right to hate it, but I hated it anyway. And then like he's like an ordinary guy. You understand that? He doesn't have a car, he's still starting up, like he's anyway, this is gonna be very it's gonna come very handy because it's student in Malta. So so lo mntu uzihlalela kwi-room yakhe kwindlu yakhe his very small apartment, and then no car, like I understand that, but he really treated me like a princess. I will give him that. He literally treated me like how I want to be treated, but on his side, yeah, even though like he didn't really have a lot, but he gave me everything. I will tell you that for free. And I always told him that. So we move. As time goes by, he was that kind of person whereby, where are you? I'm like, no, in Then there was lockdown. So he'd call, where are you? And did you know I'm working from home. It's like, okay, after work, the app. I'm like, and he's like, no, we're going at a party, at my friend's birthday party. When he's that kind of nigga, literally everywhere he goes, empty and I'm thinking to myself, child, I'm not your girlfriend, and if I get to that party and I see my soulmate, it's gonna be really steamy up in here. And yes, and I've only been to 2 of those parties because it's gonna make me look like and because I was gonna make the shift because I could tell and to some extent Zanim ghosted and I just kept quiet. You understand? We just like it died. Not died, but I just decided I'm gonna keep quiet because he's a good man, but I don't want to go that path with him. Like I don't want to use him. I'm not planning on using him. Anyone, let me just like duck. So I left for his sake. It's not him, it's me. I left for his sake, but I said, please, please, believe it or not, I left for his sake. Let me take my shit, let me go. Fast forward a year later to 2021 in August. Anyway, fresh, not out of a relationship, not fresh out of a relationship, but like out of a relationship. I've been out of a relationship for like some time now, a little bit of time. I'm like, you know what? Let me date. Let me actually just like have fun a bit. When I mean fun, I mean go out on dates. And like, let me just try something different. Anyway, I signed up for this. This is the interesting part. I signed up 27 minutes later. I signed up for the dating app on the dating site. App, whatever. You understand? And I was like, okay, let's start there. And it's very overwhelming. And if you want to sign up, I don't recommend you to sign up. I'm going to tell you why. Actually, not the one you hear people talking about with the fire emoji, not Leia. Another one. It's like anyway to but signed up, and you understand, I was like, cool. Obviously I used my real name. Yes, I used my real name. Can't even say picture. I did not use my picture, but I used my real name. Not my picture though. And what else? Yeah. And then and right now, really not my cup of tea. Maybe 3 years to 4 years back. But right now, I think, let's go black child. Right now, no. Yo, abelungu. Ayo. Anokwazi ngoku. I mean, it's possible. If it's all made him umlungu wethu nana. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But I don't think my soulmate is a white person. I believe my soulmate is a black man. Yeah, I believe my soulmate is a black man. Not a closer black man though, but I believe he's a black man. Anyway, so I'm thinking to myself, hey, Betuna, it's fine. So swipe left, swipe, literally, like swipe. And obviously, I don't have this time to sit and just swipe because I had classes as well. Yeah, and I said so. It's a sense about, oh, okay, cool. Let me just swipe. I'm like swipe. Anyway, there was this other guy I was talking to. The literally 2 guys I was talking to, 3 actually, and then one diganam unmatched because and evil and debated takum, and then swipe. So I was like, okay, we could talk. So I was like, again, and it was like kind of like such a friendly conversation. It was not overwhelming. Like it always feels like I'm talking to a friend. You understand? Like literally, and at this point we're probably gonna chat each other to death. We're never really gonna meet, and yes, we're just like chatting. Nice stuff. Very unusual, but okay. Then sign of the blood thickens into the thick of it. Ugh. Anyway, blood thickens, my love. Blood thickens, sweetie. You know what happens? No, let me tell you. I see this. Yes, I swipe. Like okay, naniyazi ke nina ke mhlamba nikho kwe app, but even go swipe left, mama, man, ngola belungu up. Left. Yintoni salanda sekhaledini. Left. Ithini nalento? And I'm thinking to myself, I just so quietly up. And then there was this other black dark guy. Ooh, also like it leaned. But when you leaned and I was swiping right. I wanted to swipe right, but because I was swiping left, I swipe lefting a mistake. And then in my mind, I'm playing reverse and swipe home right or wrong, because you can't reverse unless you've got a subscription, of which I'm not going to do that. I'm not that invested in online dating. We're buying a subscription. In my little pocket, I'm for my date, my daughter. I'm to that busy every day, straight and this was. I'm thinking to myself, actually, it's a match. They put your pictures get together so it sana ke match ke ngokukhangela ke ngoku zihatsi nizezonto ke ngoku. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this was even a mistake. How did I reverse this? As I went to go unmatch, and yes, I didn't check it. I was doing reverse on the one I was swiping. Can't see it. Is it not? This lipstick. Ew. Can't see it. Can't see it. Is it not, oh sweetheart, from a year ago? Lower. Ghoster, not a ghoster. Ghosting is the most rudest thing you can ever do. And ghosting, unless we've talked, and I've told you, but I don't want this, and then when you persist, that's when I ghost you. Otherwise, I don't ghost anyone out of the blue. I'm like, I ain't go, kubane. I ain't go, Lord, Ghostbuster. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, enjoying profile. I'm like, oh yeah, he just has a fake name. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm also using a picture that's not mine, but you don't really know, you can't really see that girl. You just know that she looks like she's got a same dressing style as me, and she's looking away. We've one thing about Manto was an wiki gets an fine. So she's looking away, and that girl literally looks like me, like at an angle though. At an angle. She doesn't look like me. I'm like at an angle. At that angle, that girl literally looks like me, and you can't deny it. And then I was like, ndaconclude ngoyini Deben Omba. I'm not gonna say hi to this. One thing about la app kesana is that if nguwe match emgqibeli yavela kubi match, and if you match first, if you swipe right first wena lamni ngeka swipe right izawugqithe qhubeleka. Once the person you swipe right also swipes right, kungona ke it's gonna make a big deal out of it. Don't say hello kwaze kusho cima, and then ndaqama ndizothi hello mna because lo mntu ndimatching a mistake, and yeah, understand. And I'm like, Fun can burn. A part of me was like, I want to see what he's gonna do. Obviously, he doesn't know it's me, but I was like, I want to see what he's gonna do. And then that bitch ended. I had to hello.